Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing from Monday, August 19th. This is yesterday afternoon satellite imagery. You see our fires exploding across a good portion of Idaho. Lots of acres being churned up. This was the result of windy, dry, unstable air returning to much of the region. We do see also the monsoonal moisture pushing up across the eastern portion of the Great Basin yesterday. And this morning's satellite imagery, burning is starting early. You can see the smoke columns already pushing up. In some areas, skies are mostly clear, so we could be looking at a repeat performance again today. Now, the impact map, lots of impacts. The primary one will be wind. You can see the orange shades. These are where wind gusts will be 25 to 35 miles per hour combined with low humidity. There'll be some isolated showers or storms around, so we can't rule out a little bit of extra IA, but they will be mixed with a little bit of rain and quite wet across the eastern half of Utah. Start tapering off across parts of Utah today and tomorrow, but become more plentiful as another surge of monsoonal moisture starts pushing up ahead of a strong cold front. And this one's going to produce some strong gusty winds across parts of the Great Basin from south to north. These winds could be in excess of 45 miles an hour, so no rest for the weary. Quite a bit of lightning yesterday. The majority of it was fairly wet, as you can see by the precipitation. Some of these amounts in the blue to greens were a half inch to locally an inch. So widespread wetting rains where you see it, but not much in the way of moisture relief on the back edge of it across the western and northern areas. So initial attack quite active yesterday, quite heavy, 59 fires, 3,273 acres, over 1,600 acres of large fire growth, and maybe some of that's not even being reported. You see the new fire starts in the red, numerous all across the area with the lightning and also with wind kicking up holdovers from several days ago up in parts of Nevada and Idaho. Precipitation the last 7 days is a big story of the haves and have-nots. Most of Utah, Arizona Strip, a half inch to an inch of rainfall. Same for eastern Idaho and parts of western Wyoming. And then you go further back to the west, not much at all. And the rainfall in Utah is basically about 400% or more of normal for the week. And the ERCs have taken a nosedive across the eastern Great Basin, but still remain critically dry across western parts of Idaho and probably the western two-thirds of Nevada. That'll be our focus as we go through the next several days. For today, you see that dry punch of air, trough of low pressure kicking up moderate to locally strong southwest winds. We have high risk. The areas in orange where the humidity will be low, gusts will be near 30 miles per hour, and fuels are still critically dry. So again, a lot of this involves areas where we currently have large fire burning and some new and emerging. So we'll be watching that. The humidities, single digits in Nevada, mid-teens up in many parts of Idaho, mid to upper teens, so things will be burning again. You see some strong winds up there near a lot of our complexes. These oranges and dark oranges, gusts in the low to mid-30s. Same for the Sierra Front and for a good portion of Nevada where we have had recent lightning and new starts. Smoke forecast for this morning. You could see most of the production from our Idaho fires moving with the wind due northwards. This is already this morning, and this afternoon as the intensity increases, you see these purple bands through here continuing to march northwards, but fairly clear everywhere else. Now on Tuesday, similar pattern, trough of low pressure, dry air into this tannish reddish shade, upper level winds here 30 to 40 knots. Those will be close to our maximum gust that we still have in parts of Nevada and much of Idaho, and even western Wyoming gets into some of that dry air, and they've had a lot of lightning. We'll have to watch for new starts there as well, but still moist across the south and east. Tuesday's winds, you can see the strongest here, Nevada, eastern Nevada, and into parts of Idaho and western Wyoming, where humidity in those areas up north stay in the teens, single digits in Nevada. Now on Wednesday, similar pattern again, although we are drawing up more monsoonal moisture. This area in the black, and especially this green area, could see some locally heavy downpours for brief periods of time, so no concerns there despite the lightning, but there will be some wind. Again, Idaho and parts of eastern or southeastern Nevada. You see those strong winds down here. Some of these purples are gusts over 45 miles an hour. 25 to 35 miles per hour further north. You see the dry humidity levels as well. And 3-day precipitation totals, again, the next monsoonal surge across most of central and eastern Utah and parts of the Arizona Strip, but not much elsewhere. And then we go into the extended Thursday, deep low pressure starts cranking and deepening off the southern Oregon coast. Strong winds ahead of it. You see these wind barbs, the high risk for wind here. Be a tropical system well off to our south. And then this day, quite interesting, strong gusty winds, 50, 60 knots possibly here in this tannish shade with still fairly low humidity. Humidity starts coming up a bit behind it because the air is going to be so cold. Be about a 20-degree drop off, but still some good winds ahead of it. And then we could see a band of showers being drawn up from the south, and we'll see how far north and west it extends, but definitely some more moistening for parts of the area as we go into Saturday. And then drier air starts building in as high pressure starts reestablishing itself by Sunday. 7-day precip totals through here, again, mostly for the east. And there'll be some in Idaho also late in the period as well. It could provide some temporary relief. And the extended forecast calls for above normal temperatures for most of the area, near normal precipitation except for some monsoonal moisture in the far south. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.